So today let's just look at the next step, which is mastering your introduction. So let's dive in. So I think let's just start with yesterday I got some feedback from one of the bosses, and one of the role play sessions that I had with one of the VAs. One of the things that I noticed was it's a talented VA, great presenter, super talkative, could talk to anyone, engage anyone, but it's really struggling on the phone and really not producing great results, which was shocking to me because this is a virtual assistant that I was like, wow, they're really good. Like, I had very high hopes for them. And then when I dove into listening to the actual live call, I just started to notice that their introduction was all over the place. And there was no rhythm, there was no strategy, it wasn't really clear, and really was just kind of running past the intro, trying to just jump into this conversation, and was just getting hammered. And it was just it's pretty common over the years as I've coached prospectors and worked with agents and worked with telemarketers. Just for myself, I just started to realize, whoa, your introduction and the skills that you apply in your introduction is critical. And I actually just noticed that the better your intro is, and the more energy and the more effort and the more skill and the more you put into the intro, it makes everything else easy. Because usually once you're past that beginning part of the conversation, the rest is actually relatively straightforward. It's pretty easy. So today is our day to relook at, rewire, fix, adjust, improve our introduction. So let's dive in, to point number one, which is, what are the skills of a professional introduction? And this is kind of one of the first things that I noticed is, when I would have someone coming into the prospecting school, which I was the leader of for 4 years, they would introduce themselves to me, and I would be like, whoa, impressive person, great energy, great enthusiasm. Then they'd walk over to, their station, put the headset on, start making some calls, and I'm like, where did that awesome, enthusiastic person that I just met, where did they go? The moment they put the headset on and made the call, they were weak, awkward, and meek, and I'm like, what the heck? So it just started to dawn on me that there are skills of a professional introduction. And when you're face-to-face, one of those basic skills is a firm handshake. You're a professional, you introduce yourself, boom, grab their hand, shake it firm. One of those skills is good eye contact. So you shake their hand, you make good eye contact. Obviously a good skill. Then the third one is smiling. You smile. Firm handshake, eye contact, smile. And then number 4 is some energy and some enthusiasm, right? Hi, I'm Patrick Ferry. Nice to meet you. Smile on the face, eye contact, firm handshake, some enthusiasm around, hey, Patrick Ferry, nice to meet you. And what I noticed after, 12 years of meeting all of these real estate agents and salespeople is, the top most successful, man, when they introduce themselves, you know it. It's firm handshake, eye contact, smile, enthusiasm every time. And then as you're going through your day and you meet all the other not so successful people, it's the no eye contact, the no smile, the sloppy hand, the wet noodle. So I want you guys to know, look, what happens professionally face to face is the same thing that we have to do over the phone. Okay? It is the same. And let's be honest, if you're lacking any one of these skills, you're pretty much considered unprofessional. Like almost right away. It's subconscious. It's not even, you're not even aware of it. It's not judging. It's just there obviously something is off. If there's the weak handshake, if there's the no eye contact, something is off. So would we all agree that those are the basic skills of a strong professional introduction? Now, over the phone, the same rules apply, but it's just a little bit different. Okay? So, what does strong eye contact mean? It means that you're distraction-free. It's focus, right? So when you make eye contact with someone, it's distraction-free, it's focused. So, when you introduce yourself, it's focus over the phone, removing all of the distractions. The second thing is, the smiling when you're face-to-face is also really embracing them without any judgment. So over the phone, embracing them without any judgment, that's a pretty big deal. So, if they're happy, if they're sad, if they're aggressive, if they're this, it doesn't matter. It's just embracing wherever they're at is perfect, right? I'm the professional. I'm here to accept you exactly the way that you are. It's a pretty deep, powerful thought. The energy enthusiasm is really about the mimicking and mirroring. We've got to have energy and enthusiasm to be ready to, however they answer the phone, be ready for it. However they're fast talker, slow talker, we got to be ready for that. So energy enthusiasm is really about being in this state of being ready for whatever's coming your way. Whatever they bring, you're ready to mirror it, to match it, to mimic it. Boom. Energy enthusiasm. And then the last one, the firm handshake would be the same as a strong tonality, right? Great pauses, asking a question in the introduction. A firm handshake is really all about pulling them into this conversation. Have you guys ever had an experience where you introduce yourself to typically I experience it with kind of a little older, more seasoned males, and they're kind of that they're like these really influential people, and they grab your hand and they actually just kind of pull you in, and they pull you a little closer to them. And they, and they kind of look you in the eye, and they're like, get over here, kid. And it's like, when it happens, you're like, whoa. They kind of like just took control over you. And it's impressive because, their intention, of course, is, hey, come here. It's either a love, or it's, I want to help you, or I'd like to give you some advice, or come here, I really want to take a good look at you. I want to get a good sense of who you are. They're pulling you in. That is a powerful introduction over the phone. So distraction-free, embracing without judgment, ready with energy, enthusiasm to mimic, to mirror, to match, be whatever they need. Boom. Strong tonality, pauses, asking them a question in the intro to pull them in. That's a powerful introduction, right? So that, what I started to notice is some people, when they introduce themselves over the phone, were totally engaging, and a lot of people were super repelling. They're like, hi, this is Patrick, and I was calling because and then are you interested? It's like, get off the phone, right? Versus, someone, hi, this is Patrick. I was calling about the property that just came off the market. Is this the owner? Great. You know what? as a local real estate agent that works with Sotheby's, I just wanted to check in. Is that property still available, or did you guys end up selling it? Okay, oh, it didn't sell. Well, I just want to check in to see, well, what are the plans for the home now? Boom. That's a powerful, engaging introduction. So, really, where are you at with your introduction? We've got all the different, we've got the past client script, the database script, the just listed, the just sold, the FSBO, the expired, the seller leads, the internet leads. We got all these different lead sources. Each intro is slight different. So let's take a look at some of the things that are really critical. So do you think that your mindset matters? The answer is hell yes it does. Because when you have pride behind the service that you offer, it is completely the opposite of someone who is apologetic. Oh, I'm so sorry that I called you. Well, I just wanted to see if you were interested. Hey, this is Patrick. I work with one of the top agents in the marketplace. We just recently listed a property right in your neighborhood on 123 Banana Street. Did you have an opportunity to see the sign go up of my boss, the Kai and Carly Homes? Wonderful. Well, real quick, I just want to check in with you because, we promised the owner that we would talk to all the neighbors to see, do you know anyone who's thinking about moving into the area? Boom. Pride behind the service that I'm offering. Your mindset matters. So how do we establish the mindset of pride? Well, do you believe in the service that you're offering? As I was showing, Chris the Market Snapshot program last night and asked her to learn that today so that she can get every seller that she talks to get on the Market Snapshot. I had to remind her that, whoa, this is super valuable information of the Market Snapshot. Getting someone on this, I pay $100 a month for the Market Snapshot. So if the average person wanted it, they'd have to pay $100 a month for it. I'm paying that. So do you believe that when you say to someone, hey, give me your email address, I'm going to put you on the Market Snapshot so you can be up to date on all things that are happening in the marketplace right in your community? Do you believe that that's a great service? Do you believe in the home evaluation report and offering that? Right? Can it make a how can it make a difference for the people you talk to? To really understand that. We discussed in the just listed and just sold with the neighbors that, the difference of being up to date on what's happening with prices and values in your neighborhood is extremely important. Not just kind of important, really important. Now, who is it the most important for? The people that are interested in moving soon. It's highly important. But the truth is, keeping an eye on that, because in the last 10 years it's fluctuated by 20, 30, 50%. Kind of a big deal, yeah? Okay. Has it been effective before? So, do you have evidence that this service that you provided has produced great results? Absolutely. What's the perceived value of the service you offer? When you say, would you like me to keep you up to date on what's happening with prices in the neighborhood and what's going on with the market? And people are like, yeah, so thank you. Are you really registering? The people are like a yes to that. They're like, yeah, I want that. The perceived value is high. When you offer it, do you have pride? Or are you like, I hope they take it because I really need that. Right? Are you inspired to find out if you can help someone? Like, are you inspired? Gosh, let's see. Look, today my mission is just to find a couple people that have an interest in making a move in their life and getting them connected with one of the great agents in the marketplace so that they can really help these people. And I got to be the catalyst for that. Right? Boom. mindset. So let's take a look at this next point, because what I realize is when you have pride, you're naturally more engaging. You're just naturally more engaging. And when you're more engaging, you're way more attractive. And obviously that leads to super confidence, right? Pride leads to engaging, leads to being attractive, leads to confidence. But the opposite is the same. When you've got fear, you get a little apologetic, you get kind of disempowered, energy level starts to drop, and you're not engaging at all, and it actually is just totally repelling. So, you could see that the consequences are severe. And what do I mean by apologetic? Apologetic means when you say things, well, I'm sorry to bother you. And you kind of got a little bit of that going. Sorry to disturb you, but, I just want to check in to see if you had any interest in what's going on with prices in the neighborhood or the market. Upswing, upswing, upswing. Right? It's like repelling. What I find is when you're apologetic, it actually irritates people even more. Like they actually get pissed. When you just got pride and confidence and energy, enthusiasm about you, they just listen and they're engaged. Right? They just, okay, tell me about that. No, yes, okay, I'm in. But when you're being all like wishy-washy, well, you might want to consider that maybe, they get like weirdly aggressive on you. Like, no, look, I'm not interested. And you're like, oh, okay. Right? So, it's kind of this weird extreme. If you're not strong in your introduction, it's like you already are going to get, beat down by them. So, quick decisions to be made is, who do we ask for, or do you ask for anyone? Because what I noticed is this is where we get a little confused, right? So do we have a name? Do you got a name? The next thing is, did they identify themselves as the name? And if you don't got a name, what do you do? If they don't identify themselves as the name, what do you do? Are you just going to ask if they're the owner? Which is kind of what I was doing all day yesterday with expireds. It was just, kind of identifying, are they the owner? So I can just talk to them about it. Should you just present the script regardless of who it is? Sometimes with the just listed and the just sold, that's a great strategy. Instead of going for the name, just go straight into the script and just kind of bypass the name. I wasn't even using the name as when I was doing the expired. I was just going, is this the owner? And getting them to say yes and moving forward. But what I realized is, I didn't talk to you guys about this on each one of the scripts. And, a lot of you are getting tripped up because you're not making a decision about what strategy you're going to apply. And if you got the name, you use the name strategy. If you don't got the name, then you do the owner strategy. If you don't even need the owner, because it doesn't matter, like in an expired or an old expired, you need to talk to the owner. But really with a neighbor, you just talk to everybody. So on the just listed, just sold, you just go straight in. Who cares? If you got the name, great. Use it. If it's not the name, who cares? Keep going. But you've got to be able to make this decision quickly, right? You just got to be able to flow with the fact, got no name, got a name, whatever, who cares? Hey, I'm just calling because this is who I am, this is what we're doing. Oh, great, Tim, I'm super glad I got a hold of you. This is what, oh, you're not Tim, no problem, but you're the owner of the property on Banana, you live in Banana Street, right? Okay, great. Well, we're just calling all the neighbors on Banana Street because da-da-da-da-da-da. You see, we got to be able to be quick about and not delay and not be like, oh, well, never mind, right? a power prospector can handle any and all of those little issues of name, no name, owner, and all of the rest. Okay? Critical, critical. So let's take a look at some of the skills to be engaging. We got to be clear about who you are, why you're calling. Okay, just got to be clear. Now, I tend to be general. So some of your bosses want to be ultra clear. This is Patrick Ferry, and I'm calling on behalf of KyandCarlyHomes.com with Sotheby's International Realty. And the reason for my call today is, some of your bosses want that. If they want that, be good at it, right? But, for me, I kind of tend to be the opposite. This is Patrick, local agent. I work with a great local team, real estate team. Kind of vague because it's not, I just want to be clear. I'm Patrick, and I'm really work for a real estate company, and I'm local here in the community. It's all that matters, right at the base of this thing. But a lot of you, because you were asked to do Patrick Ferry at KyandCarlyHomes.com, International Realty of RE/MAX, extraordinary #1 agent in the world, because they asked you to do all of that, you fumble around with it. You're not clear. You're not powerful. You're not engaging with it. Therefore, it becomes kind of a mess. Okay? So another major skill is not rushing through. It's actually counterintuitive. Take your time to make every point and to emphasize what's important. So, what's important is not necessarily what company I work for, but definitely what's important is that I work with a local real estate team, right? So, what's important is you're calling about a home that just sold right in your neighborhood. That's critical. I'm calling because I just, saw your home come off the market. And I just want to see, is that property still available, or did you guys end up selling it? Right? What's important is, did I get is this the owner of the property that just came off the market? Right? You notice I got to be really clear about those little subtle little details and make them come alive so people can be like, they get it. Yes. Okay? Having energy and enthusiasm when you introduce yourself, because we got to be ready. So if I get a driver and they want to be fast talking, aggressive, boom, I got to be ready for that. If they're just mellow, then I can mellow down, but I still have my energy. I'm listening with intensity. I'm clear. I'm excited about this opportunity. I'm presenting, body language, tonality, right? Asking and engaging questions to get agreement about what they know, or what that they know about you, and that they know your boss. This, getting some agreement is important. I think I wrote that wrong. But one of the kind of the famous scripts that we used to use when I used to prospect for my father, Mike Ferry, was, "Hey, I'm calling from Mike Ferry's office. You're familiar with Mike Ferry, right?" And it was like, well, yeah, or, well, I don't know. Oh, well, if they said yes, it's like, great. If they said no, it's like, oh, no, well, Mike Ferry is. See, we would ask a question to get them to let us know if they knew who we were or not. Very powerful strategy. It's not in a lot of the scripts, but you can see that one question in the just listed script. You can see it's, hey, we just listed a property at 123 Banana Street. Did you see the for sale sign go up? Did you see Ky and Carly Homes, Ky and Carly's sign go up right in front of the house? Oh, yeah, I saw that. Boom, right? With the just sold, did you see the property? Did you have an opportunity to go see the home for sale? See, it's an engagement question that gets them to recognize who we are. Very powerful. Okay. asking questions that are relevant, right? So, gosh, you know, if it's just listed, it's who do you know that would be interested in moving in the area? If it's a, you know, an expired, it's, is that property available? What's your plans? If it's a FSBO, it's, you know, we work with a lot of buyers in the area, a lot of sellers. We just want to know, are you, you know, if we had a buyer, would you still be interested? You know, what's that relevant first question that will engage them into the conversation, right? Okay, last thing is the reflex no objections. Okay, introduction to the reflex no response, meaning that in the beginning, when you call people, the natural human nature says, if you said, hey, I'm calling about the, you know, hey, if you just did this script, hi there, you know, we're Patrick, I list a lot of properties in the area, and I was just wondering, who do you know that would be interested in moving into the area? I don't know anyone. Hey, this is Patrick. I work for a great real estate company. Just want to check in. Have you had any thoughts of selling? Nope, just not interested. Hey, this is Patrick. I was just checking in with you to see, have you had any thoughts of selling yourself? Nope, not interested. That's actually all human nature, natural reflex. So, you know, every script is designed to deal with that. Okay, we just want to give, and it's perfectly okay that they say that they're not interested right in the beginning, every single time. I don't care which one it is. I'm really busy, just send me some information. I'm not interested, I don't got a lot of time. You know, there's all these little natural things that pop up. Our job is just repeat it, approve it, and go to the next question. So I repeat it so that I know they know that I heard it. I approve of it appropriately. You know, I'm not interested, no problem. You don't know anybody who, you know, who would want to move into the area? No problem. Next question. Right? You're not selling anymore? No problem. Next question. You're not working with real estate agents? No problem. Next question. You see, it's just like, of course I'm going to hear that intro, reflex, not interested response, so I'm just ready for it. It's like, I know it's going to come. I just got to get past it. So just repeat it, approve it, move to the next question. And like I said before, every script is designed to be able to get past it. Right? Think about a time when you did it and it wasn't true, meaning you gave someone a reflex no. And last time that you went to go buy something, you walked into the store, salesperson says, can I help you? What did you say? Nope, just looking. I told you guys about the funny story about me walking into, I saw an ad, buy one suit, get the other suit 50% off from a store that I liked, drove over to the store, walked in, started looking around, salesperson walks over, can I help you? Nope, just looking. I walk over to the suits, I don't see anything about the sale, kind of confused on what I don't, you know, like, don't like. I walk out of the store. What the heck was I doing? Why did I lie? I was interested in the sale. Why didn't I just say, I'm interested in the sale. Could you tell me about it? Can you show me around? Salesperson walks up. Hey, can I help you? Nope, just interested. How many times have you done that? I know I do it all the time, and I'm like, and I'm even aware of it. It's just human nature. So, you know, identify based upon the lead source, what are some of the intro reflex no's that you'll get? You know, with the expireds, we already know what they are. Not selling anymore, taking a break, right? Relisting with the same agent. With just list, just sold, look, I'm not interested in buying or selling. They kind of say that. No problem. Right? We're just checking to see because if you know anyone who's thinking about moving, nope. All right, well, it's just checking to see because, you know, we're offering a free market evaluation. Would you be interested? Oh, well, yeah, well, I'm interested in that. Really? You know, well, if you were ever to sell this home, where would you go to next? Well, we would probably move over there. Oh, you just told me you weren't interested in buying and selling. Next thing you know, 5 questions later, you're telling me you're thinking about moving. Right? It's just natural. So based upon, you know, with the database, when you ask for referrals, it's, hey, you know, who do you know that would be interested in buying or selling or investing in real estate? Oh, I don't know anyone. Okay, you don't know anyone, no problem. Can you think of anyone in the church group, family, neighborhood, or office that could use my service at this time? See, what's that script all about? I already give them the opportunity for them to say, I don't know anyone, but I still ask them even deeper. It's dealing with their reflex response. Okay? Now, we've all been working on this. Is it a condition or is it a reflex? And that's part of the art and science of this, is really starting for you guys to learn, okay, was that a condition or is that a reflex? And then, okay, cool, practice it in your role plays. Okay? You know, if you got stumped by a reflex, you know, before you make your next call, just kind of reflect, could I have asked the next question on the script? Would it have worked? And you'll start to realize, well, it would have. So that's just a great little practice. We've got to master getting past this intro reflexive, non-interested response, because once you're past that, it's amazing. Everything else gets easier. It's pretty awesome. Okay, last thing on this point is, do you need to clarify it? So, for example, let's say an FSBO says, I'm not working with any agents. Well, we need to clarify that. Okay, you're not working with any agents, that's interesting. Now, may I ask, if we did have a buyer who was interested in your property, would you want me to show it? Well, yes. See, I had to clarify that. Not interested in selling, no problem. What we are doing is we're offering a free market evaluation for all the neighbors since the prices have gone up about 15 to 20%. May I ask, when was the last time that you had one? See, I'm just clarifying to see if it's like, you know, I don't want to let the actual reflex nose stop me. I want to clarify. So we actually have to practice our introduction. As you guys can clearly see, it's one of the most important steps to increase your conversion ratios. Practice non-stop with your partner until it's mastered. Handwrite it out, practice it in the mirror, get it done. Let's take a look at some of the affirmations, right? I introduce myself with energy and enthusiasm, right? I mimic and mirror everyone I talk to. I am engaging. People enjoy speaking to me. I create conversations with anyone because my introduction is so good. I practice my introduction so that it's perfect. I focus on drawing people into my script. I handle intro objections with ease. Boom. Affirmations, affirmations, affirmations. You probably got to work on some of these affirmations and practice until you have this thing mastered.